Oh, there, Miller's in focus-ish. Was. Now he's not. Now you're in focus. There you go. All right, so on this episode of the Illiana Stock Car Radio Podcast.
Yeah, right. All right.
All right, now you got to cut the first 45 seconds off of this.
Yeah. Welcome back to Illiana Stock Car Radio Podcast.
Hey, you got it right this time. All right.
With Chris and Goody, the Goodacre brothers. We're not just photographers, we're idiots. We got another podcast coming for you today, this morning, this evening, this afternoon, whenever you listen to it.
Whenever you're watching it, it's a few days after we recorded it.
Yes. And we get to invite on another newcomer. This time we talk a little dirt with the new promoter in training, Evan Ekoff. And we'll get to talk to him here in a little bit about the 2026 season, how things kind of worked out between him and Knippenberg Jr. Talk about the classes, the late models, all kinds of good stuff. The hot dogs, free hot dogs. Everybody loves hot dogs. Starting a trend, you know.
Yeah, apparently.
Right. But ultimately, we're looking at a lot of weather. You know, that's kind of how we're starting this year. I know.
It's a good segue. How did last weekend go for you?
Yeah, wet. I ended up staying home. Makokata and the Mars series canceled the Nippy 50 literally the day after we posted last week, or the day after we recorded last week with Ryan and talked South Bend and Plymouth. Oh, jeez. But yeah, too much rain out west, too much rain in Illinois, too much rain in Indiana. But on the bright side, we're not so much in a drought anymore.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
quite the opposite now.
Hopefully that's good moving forward, and we get some.
I know Mom said she's gonna have to hope it stops raining so she can mow the grass before it gets 3 feet tall. So.
Yeah, right. Well, I just got a pond in the backyard.
Yeah, well, I was out at Grundy on Saturday with Mom setting the photo booth up, and it was a little spongy. They're pumping out the pond in the infield, and they couldn't do a whole lot of cleaning up. There was probably maybe 15 people there. A lot of picking up garbage, raking up leaves. Not so much of the mowing the grass and the painting the walls.
Sure. Yeah, you'll have that. But moving into the coming weeks, we got practices going on everywhere. We're gearing up with Kankakee, and we got practice, which originally was scheduled for Saturday, seems to have been pushed to Sunday. We'll get all into that here in a few minutes with Evan, and when we invite him on and get ready to talk Kankakee. But yeah, it's not a terrible start to the year. I did get to watch some flow racing, I guess, from the garage. Drink a few beers, and got a lot of work done for Shady Hill and a few other things around here. So that was nice. Getting out of a full race weekend over there in Iowa. But I know that was
so many
really good.
Fewer pictures to edit too.
Yeah, right. But they put on a really good show last year. I was very excited to go, and it's too bad they had to cancel. But that's life in the Midwest. Right there between kind of winter and spring. Right. And
the important thing is it rained out before you left town.
My dumbass. My notes are right in front of me. Oh my God, they're right here. I was looking for them.
They're right there.
I was looking over there, but they're right. All right. Anyway, enough being stupid. Now that I found my notes, let's go talk.
Now we can start the interview.
Let's go talk with Evan and talk all things Kankakee.
All right.
All right. We're welcoming in another first timer. We're 2 for 2 on first timers. Ryan did pretty well last time. We'll see how you stack up, Evan. But the promoter in training, if you will, Evan Ekoff, former full-time 4-cylinder, what's a good word for that?
Pilot, driver, test pilot.
I mean, you were pretty good.
Competitor.
Aficionado.
Yeah. That's the word.
Guy who owned a race car.
Won a lot of features at Kankakee in the 4-cylinder. We'll say a lot, even if it wasn't. But thanks for coming on, Evan, and we're definitely excited to talk. We know Kankakee was, the lights were out, man. Clock was getting close to midnight, and here we sit with the 2026 season coming up. So why don't you talk a little bit about that and how that all fell through? I know Knippenberg was, I don't want to say itching, but I know he was probably getting pretty close to starting to sell off equipment.
Yeah, and that was really the biggest fear. I mean, I don't know if anybody else kind of felt the same fear I did. I mean, obviously, you had the few people that, hey, I talked to somebody, I talked to this. I did too. I had a couple people that I thought would be, good enough for it or wanted to, and it couldn't happen. I'll tell you what, when he threw that final offer out about, kind of going like a partnership kind of thing, and, I still didn't, I wasn't in, but I was like, that's probably do that. Maybe if I can find the help and I could find, because I work full-time job. So, I mean, I can't be there 100% of the time. So, I figure if I could kind of find even a partner to kind of help out around there with me, it'd be fantastic. And as of right now, the partner is my mom. She's been huge behind the scenes.
Dude,
we know how that goes.
Man. Moms are the best.
Yes. But yeah, I reached out to Billy. I talked to him a few times about it, and I told him, I said, I'm not pulling the trigger. Just kind of want to get some information. And yeah, I mean, he texted me one morning and he said, "Have you thought of anything?" And I said, "I'm jumping in. I'm going all in." And I hadn't even thought about it. I just responded. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. If I say I'm going to think about it longer, who knows what's going to happen? So, yeah. So I jumped in. And that's exactly how that text went.
Good. I promote the jumping in feet first, just so you don't hit your head. But sometimes you gotta jump head first, man. And it's exciting to see Kankakee back. I know I've talked to you, I've talked to Billy, I've talked to my brother, because now he has to shoot dirt again. And I was starting to plan my Fridays out, and luckily I only had 2 planned. And when you guys announced, and that's an announcement we made on Facebook. A lot of people have already seen, but we made it last show last week, and I guess we'll make it again now that we have you on promoting the Kankakee Speedway. But we'll be there all season long shooting Kankakee and all the events there as their official photographer, and look forward to that partnership and everything we get to do there, and all the opportunities that lie ahead for us that we don't even know yet. But I will say real quick, it's awesome that you guys are promoting, but I will certainly put my foot down and say that we don't like AI as designers and photographers ourselves. But you got to do what you got to do, and I know that you and Knippenberg have quite a bit of stuff still to do yet, as the season approaches. In fact, we'll get to the schedule here pretty soon, but there was seemingly another date change. This one was practice scheduled for this Saturday, the 11th. Now, is that being pushed, or is that an additional practice for Sunday?
Yeah, this weekend practice is happening.
Correct.
That we had originally on the schedule for the 5th. Neither of us even thought about it. Billy texted me one day. He said, "Hey, take a look at the schedule. What do you think of it?" And I was like, "It looks good." He said, "What about the practice days? What about the dates?" And I was like, "That worked good for me." He said, "What about the 5th?" 5th is great. It's a Sunday. And he said, "It's Easter." Oh, damn. So,
yeah.
If I had a little more preparation, I'd say, "Yeah, we'll bring eggs. It's fine. Let's do it."
Wouldn't be the first time we were at an Easter egg hunt at a racetrack.
So, Illiana, I think Gary Gasper shared that.
Yeah, he just shared the pictures around on the I don't know, it's kind of a Gator. It's a front wheel drive manual transmit, but yeah. And I think Alex Arlano was the Easter Bunny that year too.
Right. And it's always fun to incorporate seasonal into the racing world. So can we confirm, is it Saturday, is it Sunday, is it both days?
It's
the schedule
Sunday.
Says Saturday, and then we recently got a post that says Sunday. So confirming Sunday.
It should be Sunday. Yes, it should be Sunday. Yes.
Well, we will see you Sunday.
Absolutely.
Well, I'll see you Sunday.
And the best part is the fear of all the rain and everything. Now they got it up to 81 degrees Sunday, so it's going to be perfect weather.
Oh, beautiful.
I tell you what, you made the right choice. I know it was Easter, but you made the right choice last weekend. I was out at Grundy, getting the photo booth set up, and I pulled up. All right, we're gonna mow the lawns and paint the walls today, right? As it's just pouring down rain, 40 degrees.
Yeah, that's been a big holdup for all this stuff so far. The weather just has not cooperated.
Yep, and I missed out on the Nippy 50 last weekend at Makokota Speedway as they rained out. They called it early, so I got to sit at home and not do a whole lot. But
that'd be a long drive for nothing.
I got to well, I guess I could see my father-in-law and his family, which would have been a good time. Eat Easter with them for once. But in the meantime, I did get to do some design work, and I got to put a script together, which is few and far between. We like to roll by the seat of our pants, as most listeners and followers know, or our new followers that are coming along. We will, they'll find out. And so with the schedule coming up quick, this is your baby now. Knippenberg's gonna be around as much as he can be and help you out and help you build relationships with sponsors and supporters and people that want to be there. But ultimately, this is going to be your baby. And where do you see the future of the facility? I know that you guys maybe want to batten down a few more things after surviving an EF3 tornado out there.
Yeah, that's still a few of the repairs that haven't been done yet because the weather has not cooperated enough to put poles up. And our Victory Lane sign, the backdrop, that whole sign is down. We got to get holes drilled and concrete poured, all that. Just no weather to do it. So hoping to get that done tomorrow. Going to work on that tomorrow. It's a lot of things would absolutely like to be done, but getting such a late start, it's going to kind of roll through as we can and get what I can get done throughout the season. The plus side is there wasn't a whole lot to need to get done. Billy left a fantabulous place as it was, so it wasn't like walking into a dump and having to fix everything that's there. So that is truly helpful.
Good. So it's not like a fixer-upper. That's good.
No, I mean we had a piece of machinery breakdown. We were trying to prep the track up for first practice and still waiting to get that fixed. Hopefully that'll be tomorrow also.
Yeah, sounds like the laundry list is building.
Yes.
Well, if there's any volunteers out there that have no mechanics or can land some concrete board and some drill some holes, we got jobs for you out at the Kankakee County Fairgrounds tomorrow. Although I guess it would be 2 days ago if this doesn't get posted until Friday. So if you got a time machine, you can go back and help Evan.
Man, they don't build them like you're going to anymore, do they?
Yeah, right.
No.
So that's exciting. As having a good facility and those relationships that Knippenberg has built over the years, get you kind of hit the ground running, really. And you guys made the announcement probably about the same time or shortly thereafter. You announced you're stepping into the promoter role here and taking things over, but you guys announced the open late model rules, which is kind of allowing an array of engine builds from crate to super and some limitations on each to make the class more competitive and potentially draw more competition. So where were things lying with that, and what was the decision behind it?
For the past 4 years, one of the biggest things that Billy heard, everybody heard, is, hey, we need to get fans in the stands, blah, blah, blah. The fans always said, you're not going to get fans unless you bring back the super late models. We wanted to see the super late models. That's what we came to see. That's what we want. Well, they're back. And hopefully the people will get what they asked for. Hopefully they'll come to support it. In turn, hopefully we can bring some big names in. Mike Spatola is going to pretty much commit to running every week. Maybe that'll bring in some of the other guys that are running the series, if they have an off week or whatever, they'll come to Kankakee and run. You know, they have the choice of Kankakee or Farmer City. We're not trying to take anything away from them to compete or anything like that. So it's going to be pretty much even across the board. If they go there or here, it's the same payout. So they have the choice if they want to come to Kankakee or Farmer City. Definitely not.
Wait, do we have promoters working together in the racing world? This is exciting.
Yeah, that was definitely a blessing.
Good. That's awesome. And I know, as a fan, yeah, I love the fast cars too. But ultimately, I mean, if you get the right 6, they put on a good show, sure. But you got one of the thorns in the side of local racing right now is the people that are requesting driver entry lists before they make their decision. It's kind of like, show up and support the track, man. Or stay home and watch Flow Racing or NASCAR.
Right.
And so, as exciting as it is to have super late models, we have to prepare ourselves for the lashback that we're not getting any good ones. We're getting just the regular old guy, And so that's exciting that Opie has made his commitment to Kankakee. I know Big Daddy Scrap's a big sponsor out there.
Yep.
And that's a great relationship to have. I've photographed Opie a few times at a few different racetracks, and I hope he brings some dogs with him. It'd be cool to see him and Heckeness going at it.
Yeah.
That'd be a good Friday night local super late model showdown. So, and I know there's gaps in the Mars schedule. Hell Tour, maybe you catch some falling off because they're just tired of the Hell Tour, and and of course there's always weather. Rain out somewhere else and travel on down and catch a show. So that's definitely exciting for the late models, and hopefully draw the late model fans as they complain that they want late models, and now you got them. So, which you had them last year, but they're just crates, and I would argue that they're not just crates. They're late models. They go just as fast around those tracks.
They put on a hell of a show. They always put on a show.
Yeah, I know there were a few times, it wasn't the guy who started on the pole one. There were racers coming from deep in the field and making good passes, good deep runs. So, in lieu of the late model rules, we've also decided to drop the factory stock class, which I kind of just alluded a little bit about car count being issues. Is okay. We got late models with and Shady Hill has had this problem as we build the Rebel late model class out there. Sorry, JB West Rebel late model class. Gotta hit those sponsors, right? But anyway, we would have 6 to 8 of them, and I think last year we had double digits at least 1 or 2 nights, which is exciting. But ultimately the factory stock class is just not quite getting the job done and getting the cars there. So we're dropping them out at God, there's too many tracks. I'm about to say 4 of them, and not one of them was Kankakee. So, and being out there last year, they put on some good shows, but yeah, it was the car count was down, and at some point you kind of got to cut your losses. And I know Knippenberg had talked about that, but he stuck with them. And
that was one of the big things. It's a hard class to get rid of because it also was supposed to be, a little more of an affordable class. But I don't know if people just got out of it, just didn't want to travel to Kankakee. I know the biggest struggle for a lot of people is Friday night racing.
Yeah.
A lot of those guys are coming from Indiana, and if they don't get off work till 5 o'clock, they're an hour difference. They can't make it.
Yeah. Hopefully I'm on the road by 3:30. That's what I plan. But and I know that there was some Shady Hill overlap there with most of the guys in that class last year, and you've been to Shady Hill. You know that we get 30 of them almost weekly.
Yeah.
And I know that Billy really pushed to have them out there. They were part of the Lee Hall Memorial Race, and they got a good crowd for that. But the weekly draw just wasn't quite there, and we could take a whole sidebar and talk about the Kokomo rules that people are complaining about with the bomber class, and basically you've got a super street stock on DOT tires at this point, and so what we thought was an entry-level class is now, I mean, you got to put a lot of money into this class to compete. And guys, girls, racers alike, they don't want to get into a class to not compete. Sure, the idea in the back of our head is always to have fun, but they also want to get to victory lane. And maybe part of that being an entry-level class, also Crown Vics is kind of right there too. So it's almost like you have competing classes, and Crown Vics are probably a little bit easier to get than a 1988 G body frame.
Right.
So with the factory stock classes leaving, we are hanging on to the vintage class another year for 5 nights. I know Shannon Shutter, is that his name?
Yep.
Is very, very excited again. He had a sharp looking ride, man. That whole group is a good time. And talk a little bit about the vintage class.
There's a couple guys that I didn't realize. I've been watching them when they've showed up. One of them's from Kentucky and one's from Michigan, and they were coming every time to race. Like they were traveling, and I didn't know that. So that's going to be another plus side this year is learning who these people are, where they're from. Like, obviously I've seen the cars, I know the guys, whatever, but I didn't know they were traveling that far to come and race. But it's just an amazing class. I like the vintage, brings it back to the old school that we grew up watching of street stocks. You don't have that no more for street stocks. So that's a class I like to watch because it's exactly that. It's my childhood.
Yeah, they're real neat, and I know that they struggle a little bit on car count, but they still get decent. 10, 12 guys from Kentucky, from Michigan. And that's, I guess, the have car will travel sort of mentality.
There's a few guys from Sycamore that have reached out to me. Who potentially might be coming. They just wanted to know what kind of things they'd have to change for their cars to be able to race for vintage.
Sure.
Hopefully they do decide that they're going to come. At least give it a shot.
Yeah, the more the merrier.
Yeah.
So moving on to our weekly classes. We already touched on it. The Kankakee County Speedway late models, which is a UMP point class.
Yes.
Is that what we saw?
Yep, dirt car is going to approve points.
Awesome. Can you explain a little bit about how the points might be earned in that, with it not being, their set rules for super lates versus pro lates?
And I don't have the point breakdown thing with me. I was going to write that all down and I didn't. So
check back later. We'll make a we'll go ahead and make a one of those what was Knippenberg doing there? His live driver meetings. We'll explain it in there. So check for how points will break down on Facebook. And then, of course,
I'm going to guess the better you do, the more you get.
Right. But, you got crates running with supers, running with steel blocks, so it'll be a fun time for dirt car, not us.
Yeah.
We can just sit back and enjoy, right? So again, we'll have the A mods, if you will, just regular modifieds. Pro modifieds are back. That's a growing class for you guys. I know a couple other Illinois tracks run those B mods, pro mods.
Yeah. And there's a big rule change this year with motors now that they can run an open motor, so that really opens it up, because a lot of people were running what was called a sport mod, and they were able to run an open motor, not just a crate motor. So now they've opened it up to run an open motor, so that could bring in a whole new class of cars.
Awesome.
New people, new faces. But yeah, that's a class that's definitely grown.
I'm gonna have to get some more film.
I hear that stuff's expensive.
Yeah, right. It's probably more expensive to get it developed than it is to buy.
Oh God, yeah.
And then we're sticking with the stock cars, as we kind of touched on, talking about the Bomber Factory deal. Crown Vics, man, I know Knippenberg has removed himself from the rental program, but man, those things took off, and that's exactly what he wanted. And you probably had the naysayers that, well, no, it's not gonna it's not gonna work. Whatever. And look at it, man. You guys were getting anywhere from 15 to 20. Now, some of them are rentals until he did sell them all off. But a great crop of cars and good talent up and down. I know Grundy gets 1,000 of them. For that 5-0 show.
Plymouth. Well, the 5-0 show is a little bit different. That's all cops, and those are pretty sure police owned. But
right.
Plymouth gets
like
a ton of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tebow.
There's a few that really like doing the 5-0 and decided, let's do this every week.
Yeah, it's just branched off into this. It's Peoria's running them now.
Mm-hmm.
I know Shady Hill had we kind of had a blunder last year for our Crown Vic takeoff, but maybe with the right nudge and caressing and massage it out, maybe we can get them back and get them maybe even 4 or 5 nights and support that class.
Just about every track, I think, pretty much got them on the schedule this year for at least a night. Like Fairbury's going to run them, I think, 2 nights this year, and
that's official.
Yeah.
America's Dirt Track, is that their line?
I think so.
Awesome. Good.
But yeah, it's spread, and I said the same thing to Billy. I said, I don't know if anybody said it, so I'll say it to you. I said, thank you for what you did. You did exactly what you said you were going to do with that class. You were going to build it, and then you did exactly that. Hell, you built 20 cars, and you rented them out, you sold some, and you made it into what it is.
Yeah.
Maybe not everywhere, but just the fact that it's been recognized everywhere now, that everybody's kind of giving them a chance, and they're showing up. You show up, they'll be on the schedule at every track,
Yeah.
Yeah, Grundy, I think, went from like maybe 3 or 4 to now that's when they're racing, that's usually the biggest crowd.
Yeah. Another crossover team there is the Legners, and they bring about 15 with them.
Yeah. Yeah, about half that division is just the Legners.
Yeah. And then the last class, but not the least by any means, is our beloved Sport Compacts, which you go to certain tracks, man, these things just multiply in the pits.
Mm-hmm.
You get about 20 to 25, and then by feature time, you're rolling out with like 30 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's still always going to be my heart right there. It's, I did the Pro Mod last year. In my opinion, I didn't have fun. It was fun on the track, but all week, the prep, everything, I no help. It's hard to do. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So I got rid of the Pro Mod and I went back to 4 cylinders. And
for all you kids thinking about moving up and thinking, I can do it, just remember, it's a lot of work.
If you got the help, you got the time, it's absolutely, it can be a blast. But I was wore out come Friday. And,
then you had to race.
Yeah, I wanted to go back to where it was a little more simpler. Yes, there's nights where it's a mother flower, even during the week. But I had a whole lot more fun. It was, to me, it was less stressful. Now taking this on, not really gonna have time for a Pro Mod. So
yeah, right.
Yep.
Yeah, you got a few more things on the to-do list, and they're not even honey-do lists.
Yeah, that's still growing.
No, I'm sure. Sure, having 2 full-time jobs now, plus a race car.
Yeah, those are both not running at the moment, so.
Well, as we look ahead to the 2026 season, we've got 16 nights on the schedule, kicking things off with practice this weekend, which is not part of that 16. But we open things up next Friday night at the Kankakee County Speedway, 417, with those weekly classes. And then I'm out of town visiting with family, but night 2 is 424. Chris will fill in admirably. His sidekick Aaron will be out there getting dirty with him, probably complaining too loud.
Hey, no. Aaron has frequently said, "Hey, can we go to Kankakee?" Well, I mean, we got to go to Grundy, but
I didn't expect Aaron to complain. I figured it'd be you.
No,
I got dirt on my camera.
I'm the one that's got to pay to clean him.
True. Which is probably why you don't take him to the dirt track so much.
Exactly.
So headed into May. Kick things off in May on May 1st there. The Tom Pasek Memorial, presented by Lando Frost. $2,094 to win, $194 to start for the UMP mods, plus the weekly classes. So talk about that memorial. I know Tom has been a strong racer around the area. You know, we've got him a couple times over at Shady Hill, and now his son Nick runs a modified about once or twice a year, and that's definitely one he's going to be a part of.
Yeah. He reached out pretty early on when this all took place, and he asked if it was possible if we could do it. And I said, you know, it's got to get sponsored together. And he put his feet in, and we dug up the sponsors for it. And last year, I want to say it was probably the biggest modified show we had all year. Was that one?
Good.
I think there was 30 plus cars there. So
did Mars sanction that last year?
Yes, they did. Yeah.
Yeah, they do a good job.
It was kind of a no-brainer. It's that whole family, great people. I didn't personally know Tom Pasek. I knew who he was. Obviously, seen him at the tracks. But yeah, great group of people. And I was really glad that we were able to put this together. And I'm hoping for the great weather that this can happen on that day.
Yeah, knock on wood.
Yeah.
Definitely circle that one if you're a fan of racing in general, but modifieds, and maybe Lando Frost will be out there handing out some sliced deli meat. We'll find out. But you got to be there to find out. And speaking of free deli meat, 5/8. Now, we do one of these at Shady Hill, sponsored by Goodacre Photography on Fan Appreciation Night. And I should have put some money in to potentially land this, but I also should have just been all in on it. But free hot dogs presented by Big Daddy Woo Woo. I'm sure that's how we say it. But everybody loves a free hot dog. I mean, everybody loves free everything, but how exciting is that?
Yeah, I had talked to a couple people. Me and Billy even talked about some things, and you know, he's like, try to find some ideas, something fresh, something new, something different. And yeah, there was only one negative. When that was posted, had one person say, I don't like hot dogs.
Well, they go buy a hamburger, or cheeseburger.
I'm sorry. But yeah, it's, you know, it's not so much, you know, it's not a full meal. It's not anything fantastic. But heck, if you're going to go buy a hot dog anyway, now to buy your drink, you got the hot dog.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's the lady who won, because we did a drawing for it, and the lady who won it, it's in memory of her husband.
Awesome.
And that was his nickname, Big Daddy Woo Woo. So
neat.
And I was like, people are probably going to get a kick out of the Big Daddy Woo Woo hot dog, but you know, it's But
it's awesome.
Yeah, she was absolutely ecstatic about winning that.
Good. The question that everybody wants answered though is, will there be ketchup and mustard? Well, let me rephrase that. Will there be mustard, because you don't put ketchup on a hot dog?
What I said. And yes, there will.
Good. I never throw out. We never throw out condiments at Shady Hill. It's just enough to get the hot dog up there. And I think last year we had wrestlers throwing them out. It was
yeah, I think so.
That was a good night, I tell you what. So then we move into a couple weeks of weekly racing. We're off. Is that Friday the 22nd for Memorial Day weekend?
Yes.
Then we're back at it to finish the month strong, and then got a weekly racing there in the first weekend of June, followed by Wednesday, June 10th. Everybody's favorite Summer Nationals Hell Tour rolling into town, night 2 of the series. So it should be a big crop of cars, a lot of talent, a lot of money. Hopefully nobody wrecks too bad night 1 and is able to make it to Kankakee, and then you're off the rest of that week. No Friday racing. But let's talk about that Summer Nationals Hell Tour, because as Knippenberg was drawing close to midnight on striking a deal, Hell Tour did post that Kankakee was on there. Led to a lot of questions, but I know he made the comment about when you got a night like that, you don't give it up. So talk about now being the promoter, understanding the backside to all this and seeing the ins and outs and preparing your own argument as to whether streaming's worth it or not and why you run 4 different divisions along with the Hell Tour. Go ahead, say your piece as the new promoter, and we'll keep the receipts for down the road and see where you're at in a year or two.
So first off, we're still looking for a sponsor for that night if anybody's interested. But the running the other classes, it comes down to the money aspect of it.
Right.
Without those other divisions, it's just hard to do. It's to put that out without having a top tiered sponsor to just cover the whole thing. You got to come up with it somehow. Yes, a lot of people complain about the support divisions, and it makes it a long show. That's why the late models get taken care of first. They get their show in. Then if you want to stick around for the rest of the show, yes, you got heat races in between. Did kind of change it up a few times. I think he did no qualifying for a couple classes, just kind of move it along. That's probably what we're going to do like a pill draw. So you don't have, 5 classes out there qualifying. It does kind of make the night go on. But yeah, the endless thing of the streaming, Kankakee had their own streaming service.
Right.
I won't be doing it this year. With everything else I had going on and still need to set up, I just wasn't going to focus on that right now. There was a few people that did join it, I guess. I don't really know the numbers on all that, which the majority of them were out-of-state people, so it's kind of the purpose of it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's like, I'm 30 minutes from Kankakee, Fairbury, and Farmer City. If there's a big race and I'm going to spend whatever it is, $500 a year for Flow or one of those, when I can just drive a half an hour and just go watch it live, I'd rather do that.
And buy a hot dog.
Yeah. Or get a free hot dog.
Yeah, right.
I mean, in my opinion, I always prefer to go watch a race over watching on TV. I mean,
100%.
Especially when it comes to the bigger shows like that. Hell, if it's that close, why not go watch it?
Yeah.
But I get it's cold, it's hot, it's whatever. Everybody's got the same thing. But I just, if people could just support one of those bigger races, it really does make the difference in that track.
Yeah.
That when I started out, 2 years ago, I think that was, I was giving away free passes for the racetrack at Kankakee. And what I was trying to do was, I was just trying to find somebody to bring a new person. That's why I did 2 tickets. So get one person and bring somebody that's never been. And I give them away when it started to be every week at that rate, but just trying to get that new face in and try to get that person's like, holy crap, we got to go every week. This is awesome. Yeah. And there's still a lady and her son that have been coming ever since I gave them that tickets.
Awesome.
That was 2 years ago. It's been every week. Awesome. So
that's neat.
It may not work with everybody. Like Billy said, he's giving away a lot of buy one, get ones and free passes. And 60 out of the 2,000 have been used. So not every market is wanting to go. But if you can get a small group to come.
The way I've always thought about free passes, you weren't going to make the money off that person coming anyway because they weren't going to come.
Right. Yeah.
So you get them there, they're going to probably buy a hot dog or get one for free and buy something to drink, maybe come back the next week.
Right. Yeah. So on that subject, one of our big sponsors this year is Georgie's Closet with Stephen Brooks. And one of the things he's doing is we're giving free passes to all the foster kids in Kankakee County for the families.
Awesome. Yeah.
So, like I said, we may not get every foster family or even 20, 30 of them, but if we can get 10, and that's the most excitement that kids ever had in their life, and they're like, no, we have to go every week, they're going to come. That's we need those people to come and like get the word out too. Like,
yeah, it's a good time down at Kankakee County Speedway. Come on down and get your free hot dog on May 8th. Yeah, but not that she listens, but I know one of your streamers was the famous Lucinda Steinke, and I got to meet her last year in the infield, and I know that she had recently just moved south, and I remember seeing some of her Facebook posts of watching the stream live down there. So if she happens to come across this episode, shout out to her for supporting Kankakee from 3 or 4 or 5 states away.
Yeah, you will be up here for opening night, so sorry you're going to miss her.
I'll be there opening night. It's the 24th. It's night 2.
Yeah, okay.
Night 2, yes. So Hell Tour is the last one we talked about. We're off that week, and then a couple more weekly racings. We're off 4th of July week, and then I lost my notes on what week we're off, but I know I think we race another couple times there in July, followed by about a month off for setup and teardown of the county fair and all that, and then get back to things in August. Kind of finish up August. I think we're off again like the 1st or 2nd week of September, and then the last 2 weeks of the season are pretty big weeks. You got Mars coming in for the Big Daddy Scrap 40 with their super late model series, and then we finish things up the last weekend of September on the 25th with season championship night.
And again, that Mars night, it's going to be another one of those summer nationals events.
Yeah. Yeah, I came to the one last year, and man, it was a full field, and it wasn't the 40 or 38 or whatever it was at Summer Nationals, but it was over 30 and another great show.
Yeah, the downfall, it's another one of those downfalls of starting so late and trying to get things set up. Like, this was the last date they had available, so yeah, it was this date or we didn't get them, and you can't have a season without the Mars series coming. It's just same with the Summer Nationals. That Summer Nationals, that's another thing with that is if the track wouldn't open, there was a few people that reached out about wanting to take that day. So that they could have it for their track. And I don't know what the whole thing was with Mars. Obviously, they already had their schedule put out, and Kankakee had no plans. So,
right.
Same with like fair night. We always had a Wednesday night at the fair race. Starting so late, they had to put their schedule out. They had to plan things, so there won't be a fair race. And there's a lot of people asking, why is it 5 weeks off? And that's kind of how it's always been. We just had a fair race in between, so it didn't seem so long. Yeah. And, this year we don't have that. So it's unfortunate, but hey, it's part of it. Start late, try the best to keep it the way it is, try to get a solid year out of what we got.
Right.
Sure. I'll tell you, as someone who does live an hour and a half away and works a day job, I get to save a vacation day from not having a fair race, but ultimately, you miss out on things with the late start, but you pick up the pieces and hope for a good season. And talking to that, let's what are you most looking forward to this 2026 season? Your first at the helm, albeit in training, so we got some training wheels on for you, but ultimately you're going to be the man in charge out there.
Oh man, I don't even know what would be the most thing to look forward to. Honestly, a flawless year, but you can't have that. It's never a reality, but everybody can hope for it. With you always have weather. The one thing that I've been told repeatedly, you cannot make everybody happy. I'm not the kind of guy that usually an asshole, yells at people, things like that. So that's one of the other things people tell you, you're too nice. Well, I don't feel any reason to go yell at somebody. It's easier to talk to them. I don't get anywhere getting yelled at, so talk to me.
That's why I hire people for tech.
But yeah, just to have, if it can be the booming year that this track has been looking for the past several years, would be phenomenal. You know, even if it's half the year that the stands are 90% full because they got what they wanted. They wanted the late models. They wanted that show. They're there. Come back out. Come tailgate. Do the way it used to be.
We can tailgate?
Yeah.
Well, you just took all of Brian's vacation days.
Yeah. Picture's going to be a little sideways. Awesome. Well, that's good. Personally, not that I'm really have to answer this, but I'm most looking forward to is supporting all the drivers out there. I know a few have reached out to me over the years and have mentioned their interest in coming to Shady Hill for various reasons, but always stop and say hi and appreciate what I do. So I'm happy to offer our services to the Kankakee County Speedway. I know Tim and Debbie and I built quite a good relationship out there, and hope they get to kick their feet up and enjoy whatever they want to enjoy now. And I know that they and I talked a little bit, and if I ever need anything to reach out. But ultimately, I'm very excited to do our thing out there, and follow that up at the banquet. Thank God that thank you for planning that for January. I can at least make it through the holidays without stressing too much now. Just sticking with Grundy and Shady Hill. But you've seen our setup at the banquet. A lot of people that we talk about on here, they've seen our setup at the banquet. And man, if you haven't seen that, which a lot of these Kankakee guys haven't, guys, families, girls, all the same. I think they're really gonna be blown away, and like we could share stories about where we were back in the Illiana days, where we had just our books of pictures from the year, and to where we were just a short 6 months ago, stressing, paying out the ass to get these damn blankets and canvases here in time, and then shipping because we're with Grundy, we're racing up till October.
Yeah, we got 2 weeks
20th
between
almost.
the banquet and Goblin.
Yeah, it's crazy, and I know we do a good job. We've been told we do a good job. We get people that are very thankful that we take credit cards. So I'm very excited to show off what we can do to an entire, I guess not entirely, but for the most part, new group of people.
Yeah, I've gotten messages and everything of people who are thankful because absolutely nothing but praise for Tim and Debbie. They've been fabulous since I've met them. I've gotten a lot of pictures from them. So yeah, definitely appreciate everything they've done. Wonderful people. But yeah, I got a few messages about you guys coming in and wanted to know, hey, they're gonna have a booth set up. I know they do at Shady Hill.
Yeah, well, that's our end goal.
Yeah,
we might have to build a more sturdier shack than that concession stand, but we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
If nothing else, Mom will just be walking up and down the bleachers with the coat with buttons on it and flags sticking out. We'll figure something out. We'll get all the Kankakee racers taken care of. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So before we let you go, thank you for your time already. We got 2 things for you. Number 1, if you'd like to thank anybody, this would be a good time to thank your supporters and everyone that's coming back. I know you had a staff meeting.
Yes.
That this staff member didn't make it, and then we'll do our one positive bit with you. So go ahead, think who you need to thank, and then we'll come back to the one positive.
Well, first of all, I don't know how many people might hear it or see this and whatever, but I want to thank everybody who was there previously and is coming back. it helps in that manner because it's a lot of people that don't have to be retrained into things. They already know the role. And it's kind of what my role is going to be this year is I'm going to be a mirror. I want to follow everybody around. I'm going to be that pest because I want to see what you do and how you do it. So that way, if there is a reason, I can fill in for that person. But thank you to all those people who are stepping up, all the workers. I know there's a lot of them that aren't coming back. They have new commitments, things like that. Obviously, same thing. Everybody didn't know really what the future of the track was going to be. The sponsors, huge thank you to all the sponsors who stepped up, especially being this late. A lot of them had already committed to other things. Still reaching out to other people, but some of the bigger ones, Meineke, Bourbonnais, huge help. Osterhoff Fencing, Big Daddy Scrap, Big Rig Oils, Crosswell Ford, some of the bigger ones. Every little one counts too, and it's a blessing that they're back to help us out. Now the one positive.
Yes, one positive. Hashtag one positive, brought on from recently retired, but also back at it, beloved Tony Eldridge, transcending, I'm not going to say decades, but years, I guess, on the show, brought to us
Hey,
a
we
lot of
found something that
negativity.
works, we're going to stick with it.
Yeah, a lot of negativity on Facebook. It continues today. It's probably more prevalent now than ever. As you know, somebody just posted today. I don't know if it's the one of them dirt info Facebook pages posted either today or yesterday about another track shutting down because of Facebook stuff.
I've seen that today.
So here we like to push positivity, even though we know there's plenty of negativity in racing. You know, whether you broke or got wrecked, you didn't
also
get wrecked.
Camber.
Yeah. So we like to share one positive racing has given to you. We're not quite racing yet, so it's not going to be a weekly thing yet. That's coming soon. But for you, Evan, what is one positive racing has given you?
I'm going to have to say the friends that have become family. It seems every year, every year my goal has always been try to go to one new track. Go check out one new track. I try to find one that I can go race at. If not, I just want to go attend a new track. The people I've met, the people I've talked to, that I still, from the day I started, and I mean, we've become, if I call them right now, say, hey, I don't have a 9/16 wrench. Could you bring me one? Yeah, I'll be over in a minute. Those people, I wouldn't have known from Adam if I seen him in a store. But when it comes to the racetrack family, it's just different. It really is. And there's a lot of them that I've made since I started racing, and I'm hoping to expand on that this year. I hope I can hit the better sides of people.
Yeah.
Go up, introduce yourself at the beginning of the night.
Yeah.
Right. So side note, if you're looking for a new track, have you been to Grundy County Speedway?
I have not. I was going to go last year to the Goblin, and I did not.
There you go.
Okay. Well,
good news. We're doing it again this year.
Yeah. Well, I was going to push Bahama Brackets, and you can
that
bring
too,
your merry band of bandits of 4-cylinders.
Yes.
I've been trying to push Lank and some Shady Hill guys to get up there, but the Bahama Brackets weekend typically falls like right around the Kokomo Clash, so it's kind of hard to get Indiana guys to go that far west. But with you living out that way, grab a bunch of 4-cylinder buddies and come hang out with Legacy for a weekend.
Yeah, I was going to say Legacy always tried to since day one.
Yeah, well, now's your chance.
Yep.
And next year. And
if there's a peer to be pressured by, Legacy's the peer.
Yes, yeah. So that's exciting. And it is certainly a community. You touched on that. And we are looking forward to being part of the Kankakee County community, Kankakee County Speedway community. I guess Kankakee County works. Kankakee County Speedway community, and helping you, Evan, and Knippenberg, where we can fit in. I know Yanka and I have talked already a little bit about some stuff. So exciting time for Kankakee County Speedway. 2026 season is happening. Be there Friday night, April 17th. I'll be shooting. You'll be managing. Racers will be racing. Exciting time. So thanks for coming on, Evan. We appreciate it, and we look forward to the season ahead with you.
Thank you so much for having me, and looking forward to seeing you in a couple weeks.
You'll see me in a couple of days at practice, unless you're not going to be there.
You are going to come to practice, okay?
Yeah, we are officially official.
I won't
as
talk
official
to
as
you
it
at practice then. Then I'll just say I'll see you in a couple weeks then.
All right, perfect. Well, I'll see you in a couple of days and take some good shots. Hell, I think maybe Chris will even show up with me Sunday.
Yeah, I just might.
Okay.
I'll be there Saturday on my own to realize.
Yeah, I got to be at Grundy and South Bend on Saturday.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for coming on, Evan. We'll talk to you soon.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right. That was Evan with Kankakee County Motor Speedway. Gearing up for an exciting season. They're back.
Yeah.
They're back.
Yeah.
You know, just like South Bend, you know, what was once dead has risen like a phoenix from the ashes.
There you go with that again.
I don't know. It works. But exciting.
Yeah.
That's really what I gotta say. You know, for us and our role there, and Evan and his role, and you know, I think just the general racing community is excited to have Kankakee County racing again.
That's a track that we didn't lose.
Yeah. And I know that they do the K3 karting on Saturday nights, you know, not that we're really a part of that by any means. But there's just a good, solid racing community out there. And, boy, to lose that one would have really been terrible. You know, we'd have to fill this podcast with something else. Talking about what was Kankakee, right?
Yeah.
But now we can talk about what is Kankakee.
If you look at the name of our podcast, it's not, you know, it's kind of what started this whole thing.
Are we like the meme with death knocking on doors?
No,
this track's dead, you know?
No, because we started this podcast years after Illiana closed. It just Jeremy wanted to call it Illiana to, you know, carry on the spirit and hopefully do everything we can to prevent another situation.
Yeah. Right. So maybe we're the opposite of that meme where we open the doors and bring them back to life.
Yeah, we're the doctor with the paddles. Clear!
I don't know how good we could do with Raceway Park, but we could try.
Well, you know, there's a big parking lot in front of that strip mall.
Yeah, right. Anyway, so 2026 season for Kankakee is back on, as everyone hopefully knows by now. If you don't, you're probably not on Facebook, and that's probably great for you.
Yeah.
Truthfully,
I'm envious.
Let's be honest. Yeah, right. But you know, it's awesome to hear. You know, people are reaching out to Evan. You know, whether to sponsor or about, you know, things going on, or their photographer. I guess a lot of nepotism going on here.
Well, I mean, I did hear through the grapevine that there were a lot of people concerned when we, you know, made the announcement that we're going to be at Kankakee. Well, is Chris leaving Grundy? Chris can't leave Grundy. There's two of us. If you watch the podcast more often,
I think a lot of people learned that it's
all of a sudden there's more than one good acre.
It was kind of funny to see, like, the people that traditionally race at Grundy and don't really venture out to Kankakee or Shady Hill. You know,
it's almost like those are different kind of cars.
Right. And like it was almost like two worlds converging when that announcement happened. You know, you had people like, oh yeah, Brian's great, can't wait for him to come out here, and people were like, oh my God, Chris is leaving Grundy. It's like, you know, it's pretty funny, but nonetheless, we are all in on Chicagoland racing. We will cover it to the best of our abilities.
There's only a couple tracks we're not at.
Yeah, right, and that's because of rain.
Well, until they manage to clone one or the other of us.
Yeah, or both.
Or we hire enough staff, one of the two.
Yeah, right. But anyway, so interesting to see, you know, the way they're playing the late models this year. Totally understandable on cutting the losses with the factory stocks. I love that class, but of course I'm traditionally at Shady Hill, who has a million of them. They just
And
keep on coming.
maybe I know South Bend and Plymouth, they've kind of not like really waffled on classes, but there's been classes that have run one year, not run the next year, and but then like they'll have specials where you have that class there one week and they get a whole lot of cars, and we got a good turnout, maybe we can bring this class back, and they do, and nobody shows up. So maybe down the line a bit, it might be worth looking at, maybe just doing a couple nights of that class.
Yeah, so some good ebbs and flows in the racing world, because I think Charleston runs the factory stocks. I think Farmer City does too. I might be wrong on the Farmer City, but like I don't think Fairbury runs factory stocks. So it's kind of like hit or miss with like where your kind of proximity,
Right.
where your proximity lies. Like, obviously with Shady Hill, it's a Saturday night, and we're like the only track within like 2 hours sort of situation. Right. And if you got a car, like that's what you're building it for.
Yeah, versus like up northeast Indiana, you got Plymouth, you got South Bend, kind of hit and miss. Then there's Kalamazoo, there's M40, there's New Paris, Angola, Galesburg. You're spoiled for racing over there.
Yeah. See, I would love that situation for us, kind of this like Chicagoland area where
back when we had South Lake and Illiana and all those tracks that Stan talks about used to exist in Chicago.
Yeah, and thinking about Stan Zolotz and what he's talked about, it is so much easier to drive 30 minutes to a track than it is an hour and a half or 2 hours.
I miss coming home from Illiana versus coming home from Grundy.
Well, that's because you stayed awake the whole way. When you're coming home from Grundy, you literally miss some of the ride home. It's like,
I tell you what, bringing Aaron along, it helped immensely up until he found the seat warmer.
Yeah, right.
So I used to have him to the state line. He'll argue this every time I say it. I used to have him to the state line. Now I got him till about Joliet.
Yeah, well, that's still decent. So it's only like an
hour. I'm awake for that part.
Yeah, that's true. It's
the state line home that's the problem.
Right. There's been times I've come to the track with you, and I'm doing everything in my power. I'm like basically just holding my eyes open as we get through Lansing. Oh man, and get to the state line. Yeah, those are good times. But yeah. So I guess what might be your one positive?
My one positive.
Oh, you went first last time.
Okay, you can go. Did you prepare one this time?
No.
All right. Well, I'll go first again because
ramble on.
Man, I gotta stop saving you from these things.
I put the script together. I don't even. I should have prepared. I did most of my homework.
I'm gonna steal your thunder on this one too, but you can share it. My one positive. This is gonna throw everybody, but man, we got a racetrack back. I've only been to Kankakee one time, and it was the last night they were ever gonna race. But I brought Aaron out. We kind of hung out with about half the staff at Grundy that showed up.
I drove.
You drove, yes, but Aaron.
I brought you and Aaron out.
Well, I appreciate you driving because that means I didn't have to worry about the state line coming home.
Yeah. I think Aaron was still asleep by the state line.
He was probably asleep by the time we got to the gas station.
That's true. Love right there.
I'm not like not a dirt fan. Brian is giving me crap all the time about not liking dirt, but
thanks Cameron Schuyler for helping me on that.
Jeez. Anyway, I'm not opposed to dirt racing. I grew up asphalt. When it rained at Illiana, we went to Crown Point, so I'm not opposed to dirt racing, and I am excited as hell that Kankakee still exists because that is one. It's a racetrack that we were on the brink of losing, and God knows, just in our lifetimes, we've survived enough racetracks closing. I'm glad we snatched one back from the jaws of death.
Yeah, you stole it. That's exactly what I was going to say. Like that.
Well, hey, it can be the Illiana Stock Car Radio one positive.
Right. No.
You can say the same thing, but with different words.
No cheating on your homework.
Just type into ChatGPT everything Chris said.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
No, my one positive is probably the rain coming in and getting me out of the Maquoketa race. Would have loved to have been there and loved to have shot it. And luckily, I didn't miss anything. Nobody missed anything. We all got to spend time with our families, eating Easter dinner or whatnot. But having that rain out really got me, finally in the basement working, pushing out a bunch of stuff.
Right.
I've been little by little,
I saw
but
the dings on my computer every time you say something.
it's just crunch time right now, and continue to land sponsors and advertisers with Shady Hill and getting the program finished up so that we can have that printed and ready, and working on merch deals if anybody's looking for merch.
Good Acre Design. We got
right
a Facebook
here.
page. I'm starting to dig into that and get stuff posted to the Facebook page. I got our Instagram tied together now, and Brian finally accepted the invite to.
Now you're stealing my thunder. You're stealing my thunder, and shamelessly self-promoting on my one positive.
You were getting
proud of you. I'm proud of you. Anyway, so having that rain out, didn't miss anything. Got to work around here, and
I'm sure Kelsey enjoyed that.
She did. She enjoys me being around. I know she's.
I know Miller liked it.
She's mentally preparing herself for a long, long race season. 2 nights a week. So, yeah, that. I love racing. I miss the Nippy 50. I wished it would have happened, but I'm very positive and happy that it didn't, and I got to work around here as we gear up for the opening of multiple race seasons within the next week or two. Speaking of upcoming events, we're looking here at South Bend, Saturday night, 4/11, Night of Destruction with the Crown Vics.
Yep, and my first, I think my only same day double header. Aaron and I will be at Grundy for practice. I think practice starts at noon on Saturday, and then as soon as the last car rolls off, we are hauling ass out to South Bend so we can hopefully make it in time, at least by intermission.
Yeah, good, and then follow that up with 4/17.
Oh, hold on, we got practice at Kankakee on the 12th.
I didn't list practice as upcoming events, but if you'd like to come. I don't know if the grill will be going, but free entry to grandstands. You can watch practice, watch the cars hit the track. But the next weekend, Friday night, 4/17, Kankakee opening night for the 2026 season, which is here, which is exciting. A racetrack saved. Followed up with Grundy's got practice that night for their Saturday event, 4/18. I don't know what year it is. But
30,
but it's
39?
the Rockford's the Grundy's version of Rockford's Spring Classic with the Big 8 Series, Mid-Ams, a few other classes. I don't know entirely.
We'll get to talk about Super Cups, I believe.
We'll get all that information next week with the famous Steve Bechtel. Sunday.
I did the math. This next week, Steve will break the record for most appearances on this show. Him and Tony are tied right now.
Wow. Well, we'll see what the future holds. Who knows?
Yeah. Right, now I'm going to get a call from Tony.
Yeah, right. But Sunday, our friends at Left Turn Graphics, Melissa Keys, has almost said swindled, but has agreed with the Sauer management team to allow them to put on the Fools 200 Enduro. So that's a 3-day weekend right there.
Yeah.
Kankakee Friday, Grundy Saturday, Plymouth on Sunday. A lot of
racing. You got to run before you can walk.
Weekend. That's right. A lot of racing next weekend. And then the following Friday, 4/24, I'll be flying home from Pensacola, Florida. But
I'll be getting dirty.
Plymouth will have their opening night for the season points. And then also Chris will be filling in for me over at the Kankakee County Speedway. So if you would like to say Chris is leaving Grundy, that's your chance.
Chris is not leaving Grundy because Chris will be at Grundy the next night. For Grundy's opening night.
Yeah. Right. Oh shit! Their opening night's the 25th.
Their opening night's the 25th. We got the Cabin Fever season opener.
I thought that was May 2nd.
No, you're right. It is May 2nd.
Yeah, I am right.
Practice is on the 25th.
Yeah.
So I'll be at Grundy for
you'll be
practice
there
on
for
the
practice.
20th.
Yes. Wow, that would have been crazy if you did like 4 opening nights and I didn't take a picture for like all month.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I
what
am
is
right.
the 25th then?
Practice.
Right.
Open practice.
And right, because the weekend
Mid-Am
after that is Mid-Am at Plymouth on Friday, opening night at Grundy on Saturday. See, I've got a spreadsheet. I've got a spreadsheet with all this stuff. It's not open right now, which is why.
Yeah, right.
Wait,
Anyway,
hold on. Let me show you the where did I put it?
Yeah.
Put it somewhere. Anyway, so there's my where I'm supposed to be when I'm supposed to be.
That looks like the Scantrons I used to use back in high school.
It felt like it making it.
Just it should have been a pattern, back and forth, back and forth. Anyway,
didn't you hate when teachers did that on purpose? Because then you left that. No, that can't be right.
Oh yeah, definitely. Second guess myself. But yeah, a lot of racing coming up.
Yeah.
A lot of seasons kicking off. If you don't go to a racetrack, that's your own fault. There's plenty going on right now.
That's your own asphalt.
Yeah, there it is.
Or dirt.
Be sure to support all of your local racetracks, whether it's here in the Chicagoland or it's North Carolina. Shout out
Kyle.
Travis Larson and Kyle Harvey. Or I don't know who else listens to us. Where are you at?
Yeah, Iowa? Actually, Iowa? that is a good question. After you're done watching this, comment here on YouTube or go on our Facebook, Instagram. Do we have an Instagram? We'll talk to Jeremy about the Instagram. Anyway, let us know where you're watching from. Subscribe, like, throw a comment, throw down your one positive, because we like hearing from you. I mean, everybody likes hearing about the good things they did, but just spread the positivity. Just get a discussion going. If you didn't like something that we did, maybe don't tell us that. But if you did like something we did,
one positive when Brian shuts up.
One
Even
positive when Chris saves Brian from not doing part of the notes.
Yeah, right.
Yes, but yeah, while you're here, click the bell, subscribe, get notified because I don't know if you noticed or not, but this is 2 episodes in 2 weeks, and
we're back.
We're setting ourselves up for a blistering pace here.
Setting ourselves up for failure.
No,
as soon as we get that first 3-day weekend of racing, we're so deep in pictures, we can't even get to a podcast.
Oh, so you mean it like in 2 weeks?
yeah, we're gonna be shoulder deep.
Well, that's the one we got planned where you're gonna be in Florida and I'm gonna have to click all the buttons.
You're gonna be shoulder deep in photos. I'm gonna be shoulder deep in Miller Lite and
I'm gonna have to edit the video.
Yes, I guess I'm gonna have to train you up on that.
Yeah.
Anyway, well.
So definitely looking forward to that. We got Steve Bechtel lined up for next. It's not a surprise anymore. Got Steve Bechtel lined up for next week, talking about all the fun coming up at Grundy County Speedway.
How many events do you guys have this year? 45.
793.
Oh, I took
it's probably not quite that many, but it's sure going to feel like it by June.
Yeah, sure. But support those that support us and you, all our listeners, the racing world.
Wait, is this where we say, hey, we're looking for sponsors, so send us a message?
Yeah, if we could get a sponsor, we will tell our followers to support you.
I was just talking about putting up a Facebook post. Hey, race season starting, looking for sponsors. Let us know.
That works out so well. Yes, but
so on the next episode of Good Acre Marketing.
Yeah, right. So thank you everyone for listening. We appreciate it. We want to thank our former sponsors. Are they still on? I don't know. But thanks to the Zolots crew and S4 Motorsports. They've always supported us.
Started on this whole mess.
Yeah, and they've always supported us and everything we do. Damn It Videos was once a sponsor on here. I know
I talked to him a little bit on Saturday. He was out there braving the cold and the rain. I don't know what he was doing. I know him and.
Was he taking video?
No, I think he was doing kind of what we were doing, technical setup, because it was him and Ron. Completely blanking on his last name right now.
Ron Swanson.
No, it wasn't Ron Swanson.
Ron Burgundy.
No, it wasn't Ron Burgundy.
Ron McDonald.
Ingram.
Yeah, I could have told you that.
You weren't even close.
Well, I was thinking it's Scotty Ingram.
Is it? No, maybe not.
But
anyway,
are they related or whatever?
No,
anyway.
Yes, no. I'm
Anyway,
blanking.
Thanks to
this is T, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks to James for supporting us. I'm sure we'll maybe pilfer some of his videos for some B-roll here as the season goes along.
Yeah, and then of course thanks to us because we haven't said our name enough tonight. But
yeah, good acre
sure
photography, good acre design.
Yes. Support your local race photographer. They're usually starving artists or just complaining artists.
Usually, hey.
Yes, but anything you need photography-wise, design-wise, we can help you out, or at least point you in the right direction to someone that knows what they're doing.
Someone, not something.
Someone, a human designer.
Yeah.
But thanks everyone again for listening. We look forward to a awesome 2026 season over at Kankakee County Speedway. Thanks to Evan Ekoff for coming on and yucking it up with us about all things Kankakee. Thanks to Chris for being the color commentator, and thanks to Chris for getting dirty for me on the 24th while I'm away in the beautiful sunny Pensacola, Florida, with my mother-in-law and her husband as they.
You know, I hear there's a racetrack down there.
They are like 20 minutes away, and if I wasn't flying back Friday, I would be at Five Flags for like Snowball Blizzard, whatever it's called, episode 2 or whatever. So, yes, thanks to everyone again. We look forward to interviewing with Steve Bechtel next week about all things Grundy in their 2026 season. So be sure to follow, subscribe, do it all. We'll see you next week.